Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Niko House, host of the political radio show Mi Casa es Su Casa, and I urge you all to join our One Follow, $1 campaign to prove once and for all that we do not need the establishment. The One Follow, $1 campaign was a campaign started by myself, Tim Black, Hard Bastard, and H.A. Goodman. We believe that if you truly believe in your truth tellers, in your objective, independent media, then we need to make a statement. And we challenge you to donate $1 to your top 5 independent journalists, because every single day they're out there making sacrifices. They're going to pay their bills. They're going to their jobs that pay their bills. They're going, that money they're taking money away from their family to invest in their craft and bring you the unmitigated truth. And oftentimes it's because they know it needs to be done. I mean, we don't really make money off of this. We just do it because it's necessary. We're never going to be famous for being truth tellers. As you see, most people who make that transition they start off as truth tellers, and God knows where they end up. Usually at TYT. That's a different discussion for a different day. Anyway, so this video was coming, ladies and gentlemen. I was waiting because I wanted to see if anything else came out. I'm a patient person. But this whole Bernie Sanders and Jane Sanders is under investigation. Nah. Oh, bruh. It's bullshit. It's a lie. First of all, timetable. It started in early May, late April. It was started by a Republican. It was started by a Republican in Vermont. It was started by a Republican who used to be on Trump's campaign team. And this was around the same time frame where everyone thought that Bernie still had a legitimate chance to win the primary and go on to the general, which of course Bernie was a guaranteed win at the end of that. At least as what we thought was going to happen at the end of the general, is that he would just smack anybody who came up there, including Donald Trump. So this is before WikiLeaks, if I recall. Yeah, this is April. So this was before. This is right after, I think. But it's essentially, this is before we knew that it was already over. Moral of the story. But they tried to essentially make it so that even if he ran, that there would be some scandal that would kind of distract him. Let's be very clear about a few things. This has absolutely nothing to do with Bernie Sanders, and even only marginally something to do with Jane. In fact, this is the same situation we've seen with Hillary Clinton and with Donald Trump. With Hillary Clinton, they said it wasn't an investigation. They wanted to call it a probe, but it actually was an investigation, although Loretta Lynch told James Comey not to call it such. With Donald Trump, ironically enough, James Comey admitted it wasn't an investigation, told Chuck Schumer it wasn't, and yet they continue to call it an investigation. With this scenario, same thing. It's not an investigation on Bernie Sanders 100%. In fact, when questioned by the media, everyone involved in Burlington College said actually there were no questions asked about Bernie. They were all about Jane. And even still, the FBI was prompted, and it was recently re-prompted, essentially because what I've told you all before, they're trying to get him out. They know that Bernie's running again. They can see it in the air. They know what I've been telling you all. They know what I know because they've been in politics long enough. When someone's going out of their way to stay in the spotlight, when someone is towing the line with a political party, because that's the only one he can really win in, to be totally honest, at this very moment, he couldn't win in the Republicans. But he's towing the line, not saying things that he normally says, not calling people out in the fashion that he normally does it in. It's because it's Vermont. He can't register as a Democrat, so they can stop him from running. It's obvious that there's a ploy. There's a ploy at play, and they know that he's still just as popular back then as he was now. People are heartbroken. People are but they will vote for him. They would, because he's going to come out whenever he finally gets solidified in that spot and solidifies himself in the nomination. There's no turning back, and when that happens, I have 100% faith that all that Russian nonsense and the Assad stuff, I think that's done. I think it's a ploy. I think he's being strategic, but nonetheless, they're trying to convince people that there's actually an investigation going on. And the FBI, the U.S. attorney for Vermont, even said that he's not going to confirm nor deny if there's an investigation, and the U.S. attorney is right-leaning, by the way. So there is none. If there was an investigation, they would say it. But once again, this is the same thing. They're not gonna lie. They're not gonna perjure themselves or anything like that. They're kind of gonna toe that line because there's no proof whatsoever. Even they said that they even try to say that Bernie's being investigated because he used his power to coerce the bank into giving a loan. Really? Bernie coerced the bank? Why are we trying to make this man to be at some stupid... What kills me is the fact that people actually believe it. That there are people out there, yeah, Bernie and Jane, the frauds. This thing had never been brought up. This happened in 2001, 2002 apparently. It's 20... It's really 2001 and 2002. You have to forgive me. I can't remember if it's 2001, 2002, or 2011, 2012. But either way, it was never brought up. There was never any issues. That actually had nothing to do with the financial issues of the college. And they even come out and say that. So what is this about? Well, let me tell you what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. They tried to even say, and I'll post the link below, ABC tried to come out and say, they say it in this little montage of a video, that he was under investigation under the Obama administration, and all of those people were Democrats. So you know it must be true. And then people are like, why is he getting a lawyer? The same reason you get a lawyer for any other situation. If I'm innocent, I would get a lawyer so they will leave me alone. I got wrongfully arrested. I immediately talked to an attorney because I wanted to make sure I wasn't screwed. And when you're in a dominantly Republican state and you're Bernie Sanders, you can be screwed, right? I think it's pretty easy to say that, even if you're a politician. They know he's running. I told you all he's running. When he transferred the money from the DNC, which I will talk about in another video, but when he transferred that money from the from his FEC accounts into the DNC, it wasn't from his senatorial campaign, ladies and gentlemen. It was from his presidential campaign. So, with that being said, let's use our brains here. Let's stop being so easy manipulated by mainstream media. And also, like I said, donate to our one follow, $1 campaign for our Patreon. I'll put the links below. But $1, one follow. There's no reason that your favorite independent journalist shouldn't have $1 for every follower or subscriber that they have, because we rely on our independent journalists. They bring us the truth. We see people. We literally had CNN tell us that they were lying to us yesterday. They just fired someone else for lying the other day. We are constantly being lied to, and you very rarely have truth tellers coming out, whether they're left-leaning or right-leaning. I'm not saying like Alex Jones crazy, but left-leaning or right-leaning. We need more truth tellers, and we need to support them and show them that the mainstream media is relevant now. We'll get our truth elsewhere. So, with that being said, always remember, find your balance. Peace.